this is Eric from Blue Sea. I'm going to spend a little time and review the Scrambler 1200 XE today. I got to tell you, my first thoughts is I've always been thinking about an adventure bike. I think I've pushed my Bonneville to the point where it can only go as far as I can. Taking an adventure bike to Mexico would be a top. Being able to cross the border and come across the border is definitely a plus. I've always ridden dirt bikes down there, and taking this adventure bike down there and being a part of that would be a definite plus. Couple things I really like is, first of all, is the power. I'm going from 800 cc's to 1200 cc's, a lot more upper end, a lot more lower end. It's also has the key that pretty much looks like your car key, so everything kind of flips out and it's 100% controllable by this. One of the big things I like about it is the Overpass Shocks. A lot of really good suspension built into this bike for both street as well as dirt. It was interesting because when I first got on this, it's like I didn't know what to think. I've driven a couple other adventure bikes in the past, but they didn't have the power that this had. So this is a really good point and go adventure bike. It's for those that want a level that is going to be highly competitive, keep up with your friends, and being able to go wherever you want to go. I also like this a lot for the street, because nowadays is that if you have an adventure bike, you're probably going to be doing 70% on the street, but this at the 30% where you're actually going to take off in the dirt is going to be a big plus on it. I like the detail on it. Kind of gets away from the traditional Triumph styling, the classic styling, but it still has kind of the larger classic tank look, which I like. Very different, very smooth. Like the Brembo brakes up in the front, good touch on it. One thing I'm probably consider doing is changing out the seat. It just needs a little more length and a little more cushion on it. I also like how everything is right here. The digital controls are really easy to see, and what's really interesting is I'm used to an adventure bike that has the double controls here, but having one single control is a plus here because you can actually add a GPS up here. You don't have to have it to the side over here. That's really nice. I'm really looking forward to spending some time on this bike, because going from my Triumph to this, it's a completely different ride. You're going to need to kind of get used to it, but it's like once you go with this, I really don't think you're going to go back. So let's give it a spin. Let's have a little fun now. Distinguished Gentleman's Ride a couple years ago, I rode the Ducati Scrambler, and it did well. The power just was pretty much the same as the Bonneville, so really no big difference, but it was just a little more nimbler, and it was more of kind of that cross between the roads and the dirt, where this one, it took me initially a little while to get used to, because I am definitely used to the Bonneville and dirt bikes. But once I got used to it, I was able to really use the power to the best. Initially, there was a lot of power bursts, and was not used to that at all. First gear definitely has a long rollout, which is great. I'm used to a shorter rollout. Going second through fifth, you're totally fine. The only thing that was kind of strange is just the starting of this. And when I first got into it, I didn't know how to start this thing, so I kind of played with the key. And apparently you just don't need the key. You take the key, you turn it on, and then you power everything through here for your digital on it. Pipes got a little warm on the leg. I'm a different rider though, I tuck my legs very deep into the bike and really ride with the bike versus the bike riding me. So I'm going to take that off the table, because once again, I am a different kind of rider on it. One thing I would change immediately is putting an aftermarket seat. It seems like seats have gotten smaller. You need about another 2 inches just to really hang out a little more on it. Lights were amazing. I really like the difference in the lights going from, you know, a really good, powerful light versus the old traditional lights. Once again, my bike's an 07. My street is an 07 Bonneville converted Desert Sled. So everything's been changed on it, but I still got the older parts to it. Handguards are definitely a plus. I really like these because these are actually a lot better than the aftermarket ones. Didn't have a chance to ride this in the dirt that much today, so I'm definitely looking forward to taking it out again. You know, F the guys from OC Motorcycle let me after today. But over and above everything else is, would I buy this bike? Hell yeah, I would buy it. The power's there, the control's there. This would actually be a great single track rider too. It's definitely an adventure bike, and it's definitely going to get you where you need to go. So thanks to the OC Motorcycle, great day of riding today, and can't wait to test more of your toys out.